Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of the award-winning Fearless Tarot and Tarot in Love, Consulting the Cards and Matters of the Heart. Both books are available online wherever books are sold, and it is time for this week's Oracle Reveal. So earlier on my social media, I placed up a photo of 3 different animals and asked you to use your intuition and ask yourself which animal seems to be calling to you, because that animal has your message. And the 3 animals were the cheetah, the phoenix, and also the sphinx. So if you're just joining me now, ask yourself which animal seems to be calling to you because that animal has your message. And if your message resonates today and you want to go even deeper into a reading with me, you can book that at ElliotOracle.com. So without further ado, let's go into the animal oracle. So for those of you who picked the cheetah animal spirit, cheetah was one of the animals last week. And, I don't know if you know this, but every week I pick new cards or randomly pick cards. And today the 3 animals did show up the way they did, and the cheetah was one of them. And I thought, I just did the cheetah last week. I don't know if I need to do that again this week, but I just wanted to stay true to the poll, whatever I picked. And I think maybe the way we could look at cheetah this week is maybe how cheetah, if you picked that animal last week, has progressed into this week. And if you're just seeing this video now, you can always go back to last week's video and just hear the message for cheetah. But I think that there's some sort of progress happening for the cheetah. And what is the cheetah focused on? Well, the hunt. It's also known for its speed. And it's also really important that the cheetah is mindful of how it spends its energy, because the cheetah can only utilize its energy in short bursts. It can go up to 70 miles an hour running on land, but it does need to conserve its energy because it tires very quickly. So if this is your animal this week, this could be a time when you're really being mindful of how you're using your energy. And if you're depleting yourself on things that are worth it or not worth it, it's so important that you're selective about where you're placing your focus this week. So first card for cheetah is, where is it best for you to place your focus this next week? And we get the hangman reversed. And when the hangman comes up reversed, well, he's back on his feet again. Normally, he's upside down. And upright, the hangman will represent sacrifice, putting a lot of time or energy into something in order to benefit yourself later on. The sacrifices of the hangman are always paid off. They're always reciprocated. And yet, when the hangman comes up reversed, he can indicate that it's time to stop the suspension. It's time to stop suspending that thing that you need to get going on. This card can also indicate, though, that after a period of feeling rather stuck, stagnant, sort of like things are just hanging there and you're not really seeing any progress externally, this card can say that actually that is shifting right now. You might feel like you're back on your feet, back in the ring. You might also feel that the energy is shifted around you this next week, where suddenly things that might have seemed so impossible before are absolutely possible now. And I just kind of feel that there is a new wisdom that you are bringing with you into this new situation. That's the whole reason the hangman hangs upside down in the first place. As he hangs upside down, all the energy pools to his head and it starts to glow on the card. And when he comes up upright, it could indicate that it's now time to use that wisdom that you've gained from that uncomfortable situation, from that period of your life that really seemed to challenge you. It's time to utilize that wisdom in this next important chapter. I just feel like your hands are no longer tied and you're no longer suspended. And so it's time to progress forward. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the cheetah this next week, is the gentle Queen of Cups. And I love the Queen of Cups because of all the cups cards in the tarot, she holds the most elaborately decorated chalice. And what she really represents is the wisdom of feeling. A lot of us think that if we just set our intentions and we just think about something enough, well, then that's supposed to manifest it, right? That's that law of attraction. And yet the Queen of Cups will emphasize how important feelings are in that equation. It's not just enough to think a different thought or to focus your mind on something. You also need to feel good. And so the Queen of Cups is all about adjusting your emotional outlook. She could indicate that it's time to heal your emotions. But it's also so important that when you are co-creating with the divine, the life that you want, that you're letting sensations happen below the neck, in the chest, in your heart. You're opening up to those things and that you're feeling joy about them. You're feeling good. You're feeling happiness. That is so important to giving that an extra charge. So if you are the cheetah and you have your sights set on something that you're in the pursuit of, this could be a time when you've gained some wisdom that it's not just enough to think about it or to go over it in your mind over and over, but instead it's also important that you're feeling it, feeling as if it is there. And also, the Queen of Cups, she illustrates this with the beach stones near her. Beach stones on the beach, if you've ever collected them as a child, they're rather dull. They're a little gray or kind of a little bit red. But if you put them in water, boy, the colors just pop. Suddenly, the stone reveals all these complexities that you didn't see when it was just on the dry land. And so too for you, when you are able to look at your life through the lens of your feelings, especially the feelings that make you feel good, new colors, new possibilities are suddenly revealed to you. And so I just feel like that Queen of Cups is guiding you on your path this next week. And the mythic archetype that is going to help the cheetah this next week is the lovely goddess of love, Aphrodite. She's the goddess of love and beauty. And Aphrodite, she can indicate that this is a time for you to really open your heart to beauty. Sometimes if we're struggling with feeling good, we can shift that very suddenly by putting on some beautiful music, or by admiring something beautiful, or putting ourselves in beautiful nature. But Aphrodite definitely governs all of that. Her card says, I appreciate my unique beauty. And I think that's also important that you're seeing the beauty of you. And likewise, with that hangman message, you're seeing the beauty of the whole journey, even the suspension, even the thing that was frustrating, that you're really recognizing that all of those experiences have equipped you to be at this moment where things are really shifting for you. And I have Aphrodite behind me. My mom painted that when she was alive a long time ago. And I always love that painting because for me, that's beautiful. And what it really will indicate is that I can sort of shift my energy by connecting to something that brings a pleasant feeling to me, that reminds me of beauty. And so Aphrodite's here this next week for you, Cheetah, to adjust your perspective. She's an excellent archetype to use in conjunction with that Queen of Cups archetype too. And I just kind of feel like things are progressing or moving. And in relation to last week's message for the cheetah, which was a little bit more challenging, this could indicate that those challenges have equipped you with the wisdom that you need to see things more clearly. Next, we're going to go into the phoenix animal spirit. And so if you're attracted to the phoenix, well, the phoenix is a symbol of rebirth and renewal. The phoenix can fly high into the sun after it's lived for thousands of years, and then it blazes bright and then just basically collapses into a pile of ash before being reborn again. And so if you're attracted to the phoenix, this is a time of transformation for you. You might be shifting your perspective. You might be shifting your reality. This could also be a time when you're starting to feel alive again. And that maybe if you have experienced a death, an ending, a transition, well, now you're starting to feel like you're awake and alive and renewed again. You're revitalized. That inner fire is actually getting sparked right now. The first card for Phoenix is where is it best for you to place your focus this next week? And here we go again. Last week we got this card too. 5 of Pentacles, but this time it's reversed. And the 5 of Pentacles will really put your focus on when it's reversed. What are the energy wasters in your life? What are the things that are making you feel low on the outside, like you don't have a seat at the table? That is such an illusion. You totally do have a seat at the table. You totally are deserving of every wonderful thing that you can dream up for yourself. I feel with the Phoenix that this whole death and rebirth energy could really be surrounding something that's been depleting you, something that's been making you feel bad, low, not so good about yourself. And now it's time to shift your perspective. Could also indicate that it's time to let poverty consciousness die. And now it's time to allow in that wealthy mindset of energy. And wealth, it has more to do than just money or a dollar amount. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. It's a state of feeling good and grateful and happy for all the things that you put your energy into that then you reap abundant rewards from. And if you're finding that in your life, you're putting your energy into something right now that isn't giving you a reward or it isn't feeling good, it's time to stop it. It's time to shift your perspective, or it's time to start the process toward finding that thing that's going to instead revitalize you and it's going to make you feel alive again. I just feel like the Phoenix is telling you, you don't need the old dead ways of the past in order to progress, that instead you really need to just wake up and revitalize yourself to the new life that's in front of you right now. Phoenix is always an archetype of reinvention. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the Phoenix, we saw him last week again too. Here we got the Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups is the messenger of love, and he follows his bliss. And this could be a time, where you are feeling led by your heart. If you pick the Phoenix, that you're really needing to follow your bliss, follow your heart. The Knight of Cups also declares what he wants. You can see he's wearing the winged helmet and shoes of Mercury, the messenger god. And what that can indicate is that this is a time for you not to just wish for something or hope something shifts, but instead to speak it into being. Could also be a time where you're letting others in on your goal, what you want, and then you're allowing them to maybe bring a suggestion or help you find your way. And also, we got these 2 Cups cards from the Court of the Cups suit with the Queen of Cups with the cheetah, and now the Knight of Cups with the Phoenix. And I just kind of feel like this is going to be an important week for both animal archetypes to follow their heart, follow your feelings, follow what feels good. If it makes you feel good, keep doing that. If it makes you feel low and depleted and guilty and awful and all those other rotten feelings, stop it. You don't need that anymore. It's time to really shift your focus. And I just kind of feel with this Knight of Cups as well, that there is a quest that you're about to go on as the Phoenix to realize your heart's desire. And it's going to take courage. The Knight of Cups is brave to follow his heart. And so too for you, you need to be brave as you're following what you truly desire. And the mythic archetype that might help you with that is Yoruba, and she's the Titan goddess of the mastery of the sea. But she's also the goddess of manifestation, manifesting something. She masters the sea because the sea is this big unknown, huge force that can feel so daunting. And Yoruba, she finds a way to harness that energy. And her card says, by focusing my energy and intention, I can affect factors that appear beyond my influence. And I think that's so important for you this next week, Phoenix, that you actually do have control over your life and what you're experiencing. And if you don't like what you're experiencing, if you don't like where things have been going up until now, you can change it. You are not doomed to repeat the past just because you've wasted your energy with something before. You can absolutely shift that energy. And it's only going to come about when you follow your heart and you follow what makes you feel good. And that is going to be that barometer that's going to tell you this week, are you on the right track or the wrong track? Stop yourself unconsciously, from just thinking automatic thoughts. Stop yourself and ask, what am I feeling right now? What am I thinking about? How is that making me feel? And if the answer is anything less than joyous or happy or excited about your possibilities, you need to shift it. You need to put your focus instead on what makes you feel good. And that brings us to the final animal, which is the Sphinx animal spirit. And we all know about the riddles of the Sphinx. The Sphinx is an enigmatic creature of mystery. And in ancient Egypt or ancient Greece, it does hold the mysteries. In Delphi, where the oracle was in Greece, there was a giant sphinx on a big pillar in front of the temple. You can still see it today in the museum there, called the Naxian Sphinx. And we remember the never-ending story where he visits the southern oracle and he has to go through the 2 sphinxes. So the Sphinx is totally about oracles. It's totally about hidden messages. And so if you're attracted to the Sphinx this week, this could be a time where you're uncovering unconscious attitudes or just things that you've been automatically thinking through, and instead you're learning from them. You're solving the mystery. You're learning how to instead reuse that energy towards something constructive. First card for the Sphinx is, where is it best for you to place your focus this next week? And we get the lovely Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is a card of love, rebirth, bliss, of course. You can see the overflowing chalice is refilling the pond below. And what that symbolizes is that when we give our heart over to the thing that we love, when we have the courage to make a new beginning, It refills us. It replenishes us. It makes us feel positive. It also feels effortless. And so if you've been struggling or like, I really want this thing, and it's been such a struggle or a battle uphill to achieve that thing, the Ace of Cups is saying, whoa, 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 stop. Put your focus on something that you're loving to do. And you notice a little theme here with every animal. It's as if they have something to learn from each other, that we have these very powerful cups cards coming up for each animal. And I just feel like this week for all three animals, it's all about the current of your feelings. It's the state of your feelings. The state of your feelings will reveal the state of your mind. And if you don't know what you're really thinking about or can't catch yourself, just check within your chest and feel, how am I feeling right now? Ace of Cups is telling you that the most potent thing that can shift your energy is love. Love for what you're doing, love for yourself, love for all the wonderful things that you have yet to do. You know, one of the key words associated with the Ace of Cups is rebirth and renewal. And I just kind of feel like this is a time for you to rebirth love in your life. Allow it to just open and see how magically things fall into place for you. It's going to flush out anything negative that's been holding you back. And I just kind of feel like this is a time to open to those wonderful new things. Advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the Sphinx, is another rather joyous looking card. It's the Four of Wands. And this card shows a celebration happening on it, like a party. People are socializing and having a good time. A lot of times the Four of Wands can just indicate that this is a time for you to give yourself over to celebrating your life. In fact, there's something really wonderful happening this next week that you need to celebrate. Life is a banquet. It's time to enjoy it right now. Four of Wands can also just indicate socializing, giving yourself over to joy, not isolating anymore, and just feeling good with the company that you're keeping. That might be important as well. And I just kind of feel like that is the big archetype that's so important for the Sphinx. If you want to solve the riddle of your life at this time, put yourself into a place of feeling good. And also, I just kind of feel with that Four of Wands, there is an uplifting, charismatic energy that you are bringing to the table this next week. It's going to shift the energy of people around you. Doorways are going to open for you. Because when you're bringing that joy to other people, they want to help you. They want to open things for you. So it's time to align with that energy. And then the mythic archetype that can help you this next week is actually Typhon. He's the primeval opponent to cosmic order. He can represent sort of like a chaotic, almost like a self-destructive kind of energy. And his card says, I observe my destructive beliefs and consciously align myself with truth. So, you know, all three animals, you got this message going on this week that's very similar. It's about being mindful of where your thoughts and your feelings are dwelling, but being aware of anything sort of self-destructive or challenging within you that just basically wants to shoot yourself in the foot so that you're prevented from enjoying all these wonderful things. The fact of the matter is your future is wide open and waiting. And I just kind of feel like if you can stand up to whatever that inner saboteur is, and instead not even give it oxygen, just ignore it. Cut off the oxygen flow to it. Put your focus instead on that Ace of Cups energy. Put your focus on that joyous Four of Wands energy. If you're struggling on your own to come up with these feelings, be around other people that help you feel elated, help you feel good, that make you laugh. I just feel like laughter is going to be the best medicine for the Sphinx this next week. You got to live and laugh at it all. And that was this week's Oracle. I do hope you loved it. If you did, please do support my channel with 3 quick clicks. Just like, subscribe, and also pop an emoji in the comment box because it really does help grow our community, and it means the world to me. Also, if you want to go even deeper into a tarot session with me, you can book a one-on-one session with me at elliotoracle.com. I'd love to see what my cards have in store for you. I also got gift certificates available, and they are super fun to give as a gift because people talk about them for years. So do check that out at elliotoracle.com. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week, whatever it is that you're doing, and I'll see you again here next week. So do take care.